Hello, today's video is about how to shoot a basketball. This is something that every single basketball player, pro or just a beginner, has a problem with at any point of his career. You have definitely even seen NBA superstar level players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is literally like the best player in the world, having trouble shooting the basketball because of course, having a bad shooting form. On the other hand, you see guys like Duncan Robinson, which is not even a top player in the league, but he has a flawless and perfect shooting form that helps him shoot over 40% from the three-pointer. So guys, I've decided to break it down to a couple tips for you. And here we go with tip number 1, the arc of your shot. So as you know, the rim is completely parallel with the horizon. So in order to get the ball in the basket, you need to have a lot of arc. Enough that your ball will be able to get into rim. Most people have troubles with less than enough arc on their shot, but there are also some other guys that have too much arc to be able to really concentrate on the center of the rim to make the shot. So what you want to do is try not to shoot like Chandler Parsons or rest in peace Mamba Kobe Bryant, which had too little arc on their shot to make shots. But you don't want to shoot like Dirk Nowitzki rainbow threes either, because those are too much arc and it's really hard to concentrate on the center of the basket to make the shot. So you want to do it like exactly in the middle, just like Steph Curry. Tip number 2, your wrist. Well, everybody, a sports fan or not, even your mom or your grandma that has ever seen a guy shoot a basketball knows that after they shoot the three, they have their fingers looking down and their wrist like looking up. So when you're shooting the ball, what you want to do is to throw your fingers down as hard as you can, and like imagine hitting someone in the face with your wrist. Throw your fingers down and hit it with your wrist. That will make the ball go with just the right amount of power. Tip number 3 is the pull-up. What I mean by pull-up is when you catch the ball or you are dribbling the ball and you get it with your both hands, what you want to do is get the ball as high as you can. Not like Steph Curry. I know Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, but this is the basic thing you should try first. So you want to get the ball and pull it up as much as you can, and maybe a little bit back, closing your elbow a little bit close to your head, just above your forehead, and release it from there. So pull it up as much as you can and release it with the most power you can. So this is what you want to do according to tip number 2 and 3. And tip number 4 is getting a little bit less boring. Tip number 4, watch highlights. What you want to do is to search in the YouTube for example, Duncan Robinson highlights, and then choose anyone you like. If you ask me, House of Highlights is the best. And tip number 5 is the last but not least, the most important tip of the video, and that's the balance. Look how Trae Young sets his feet completely balanced in this one.
Colorado. How about that bounce around Barton? Went to get it and then rainbows at home.
And now look at Tyler Hero shooting a fast break three-pointer for the game winner.
The ball out, that gives the Heat the opportunity, and then just the confidence of the young.
Now everybody knows that the trick here is the balance. So I suggest that you use these two things from thanks to Kevin Durant. One is the Kevin Durant knees and the second is the Kevin Durant hip. So when you're shooting the ball, when you have the ball in your hands and you want to pull it up to shoot it, the first thing you do is to make your knees just a couple inches, about less than 6, more than 3 inches closer together. And after you do that, you do the Kevin Durant hip, which is when you properly pull the ball up and you're ready to throw it to forward and shoot it. While doing that, at the same time, you want to do the Kevin Durant hip. And you probably have seen this. When he shoots, he throws his hip to the front, and that makes him get enough power to shoot the ball. Because the pull-up thing that we discussed earlier is it's really good, but it makes it a little bit harder to shoot the ball. You probably won't make the shot and your ball will be shorter to reach the rim. So you have to combine the pull-up with the Kevin Durant hip to get the result. And that's it, guys. Hope it was helpful. Try to do all the tips correctly. Especially tip number 4, watching highlights. I suggest that you after this video, you go and watch the highlights. Suggestions are Jason Tatum, Seth Curry, Duncan Robinson, and whatever your favorite three-point shooter in the NBA is, and learn how to shoot the three from them, because that would also be just as helpful as all the other tips you see in the YouTube and internet. So hope you have a good day. See y'all later.